If you've ever thought to yourself, maybe I'll feel enough when I have this, when I achieve this, when I look like this, I want you to know that you're not alone in that. I'm here to tell you that you are enough exactly as you are, and I'm going to show you how you can truly feel that. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shantae. I teach all things personal growth, mindset mastery, and healing. The links to my resources are down below in the description if you want to start working on becoming the best version of yourself. With that being said, let's get back into the video. Most of us from a young age are taught that our worth is tied to external things, whether that be our achievements or our looks. Sometimes we're told things like, why can't you be more like this? Why can't you look more like this? And those things really stick with us. Even if those words weren't meant to hurt us, they teach us from a young age to equate our worth with doing more, being more, or meeting somebody else's expectations. This creates a deep fear within us. If I don't do this, if I don't be this, I won't be loved. I won't be accepted. This is how we start to internalize this belief that we aren't enough just as we are. And it's not just the childhood that shapes us. Society amplifies it. I mean, we're constantly bombarded with pictures of people living their perfect lives. Flawless bodies, successful careers, picture perfect. It's so easy to compare yourself to those highlights and think, what's wrong with me? Why don't I look like this? Why isn't my life like this? And all of these things combined creates this deep core belief within us that we are not enough. And as we grow older and we experience more things, this belief just gets reinforced, and it's a cycle that we get trapped in. But here's the truth. The comparisons to other people, it's not real. Social media is so curated, it's fake. Quite literally only shows you the highlights of people's lives. And the thing is, the people who you are admiring, the people who you think have it all together, they most likely still have that belief that they are not enough. I've seen so many successful, young, amazing individuals express that they feel like they haven't done enough. They aren't enough. They need to do more, be more. That just goes to show that no matter where you are in life, no matter what's going on, no matter how good it may seem to be, you can still struggle with this core belief that you are not enough, because it's not truth. It's not the truth. It's just a belief, something that we think is true within our own lives. Something that has been planted in us, something that we have picked up somewhere. The feeling of being not enough is not who you are. It's just a story that you've learned. And just like you can learn a story, you can unlearn it. You can unlearn that belief. It just takes a little bit of work. That's all. You can absolutely rewrite that story for yourself, but first you need to be aware of where it came from. So how do you actually feel like you're enough? Feeling like you're enough doesn't come from what you achieve, how you look, what you do, how you express yourself. It's all about returning home to yourself. You're peeling away those layers of insecurity, of judgments, of comparison, of expectation, and you're coming home to your authentic self, your inherent worth. Because truthfully, you are enough. You were born enough. You are enough as a child. You are enough now. You always have been. The only difference between then and now is that you have forgotten. All that you need to do is remember your worth. Your worth isn't something that needs to be built. It's not something that needs to be created. It's something that needs to be remembered. Remembered, okay? Think of it, when you were a baby, did people look at you and think, oh, this baby needs to look like this before she's lovable? This baby needs to achieve these things before she's worthy? No, of course not. You are celebrated for just existing. Do you know why? Because your existence in itself is what makes you worthy. Even if you were to never accomplish another goal in your life, to never meet anybody else's expectations, you are still worthy. Because it's your existence that makes you worthy. It's not about what you do. It's not even about who you are. It's just the fact that you are. The unique combination of your thoughts, your experiences, your actions, your heart. That is what makes you worthy. That in itself is so unique. There's only one of you in this entire universe from the beginning to the end of time. That is what makes you worthy. You are a unique individual here on this earth, and this earth needs you. There is nobody else like you, and that is what makes you worthy. You are enough just because you are here. Some of you might be aware of this, and you might know this, but you still struggle with feeling unworthy. You might think to yourself, I'm worthy because I'm here, but you don't feel it deep within you. And I want to share some actionable tips with you that can help you work through this so that you can truly remember your worth. Because remember, it's not about building it. It's not about creating it. It's about coming home to it and remembering. The first strategy I have for you is to challenge the stories that you tell about yourself. Become very aware of what it is that you're telling yourself, all the limiting beliefs that you're holding within your mind. Are you telling yourself that you're not smart enough, that you're not good enough, that you need to work harder out of fear of failure. Become aware of these things, and when you notice them coming up in your mind, challenge them. Ask yourself, is this really true, or is this something that I've been taught to believe? Try to find out who told you this. The reason why it's so important to reflect on these things is because a lot of your limiting beliefs most likely don't even come from you. You probably absorb them from your environment, somebody told you something and that stuck with you. They are just these voices in your head that are not even your own, and when you can identify whose voices they are and where it came from, it loses power over you. I'll give you an example. Recently, I was struggling with a lot of guilt for my lifestyle. Over the past few months, I've really stepped into my own individuality, trying to find what sort of lifestyle works for me. And upon doing this, I created a very easy lifestyle for myself that I was genuinely enjoying every single day. I didn't have any rules, I was showing up for myself, moving in alignment with my goals, creating routines that worked for me. Finally, for once in my life, really living life on my own terms. And I noticed that I was feeling a bit guilty for this. I was feeling like this feels too good. It feels too easy. I feel like there should be some struggle in my life. And I was really reflecting on it, and I was thinking, what is it in me that is causing this guilt? And as I was deeply meditating on it, I had a flashback of a memory from both my parents at different ages in my childhood telling me life isn't supposed to be easy. And it was those words that implanted that limiting belief in my mind that was manifesting as this guilt when I was creating a life that I was loving. Do you see how sneaky that is? I had that limiting belief deep within my subconscious, tied to childhood memories from when I was like 7 of my parents saying this to me. It was their voices that was causing this guilt within me because you hold on to those things, especially when you're a child. That's why it's so important to recognize all of the limiting beliefs, all of the stories that you've been telling yourself, the things that you might not really be aware of. Once you can identify them, that's when you can challenge them. For me, I sat with that and I asked myself, do I really want to believe this? Is this really true? Or is that from their experience that they're projecting onto me? Once I was able to ask myself that question, it no longer had power over me. I released the guilt and I worked through it. My next strategy is to practice radical self-compassion. This just means being extremely kind to yourself. You need to treat yourself like your own best friend. Anytime that you catch yourself being mean to yourself, telling yourself that you're unworthy, you can feel those feelings of negativity, of fear coming up within you. Love yourself through it. Never, ever, ever shame yourself for what you're feeling. Always validate your feelings. Say to yourself, it's okay that I'm feeling this way. It's understandable. I've had these experiences that shaped me in this way. Of course I feel like that. Now it's my responsibility to work through this. And lovingly, we're going to take the steps that we need to take so that we can. It's all about healing through love, not shame. And supporting yourself entirely through the process, being your own rock, your own best friend. Something that can help you in this process is imagining your inner child. If you were to imagine your inner child feeling these feelings and going through these struggles, you wouldn't shame them. You would love them through it. You would extend your hand to them and say, come with me, I will help you, I will love you, I will take care of you, I got you. That's how you need to talk to yourself. That's how you need to treat yourself. That is the energy of self-love and self-compassion that will heal you. The next strategy is to focus on your inherent worth. Anytime that you find yourself tying your worth to your achievements or your appearance, quickly remind yourself that you are always inherently worthy. You can say affirmations to yourself. You can do mirror work and tell yourself in the mirror every single day, you are so worthy. You were born worthy. You are worthy just because you exist. You are an amazing, beautiful, individual person. There is nobody like you in this world. You are so unique, and that is your superpower. When you start saying those things to yourself over and over again, you start to believe it. So instead of placing your energy on this feeling of inferiority, this feeling like you're never going to live up to what you should be, focus on your inherent worth. Place your energy there instead. Place your energy in loving yourself because you're here. Place your energy on that. Make sure that you remind yourself of this every single day. Fourth and final strategy that I have for you is to celebrate your progress and not perfection. When you do feel like you're enough and you connect back to your inherent sense of worth, it doesn't mean that you stop striving to grow and become the best version of you. You're still working towards those things, but you're not striving for an unrealistic ideal. You're taking aligned action to your vision and celebrating every little milestone that you hit because you're worth celebrating. Honor all of the steps that you're taking in your journey, no matter how small they are. Even if you think it's nothing that's really worth celebrating, I'm telling you, spend some time celebrating yourself because you deserve it. You deserve to receive that love from yourself. You deserve to receive that appreciation from yourself, even if it's for the smallest thing, like going to the gym today, or hitting a small goal that you set for yourself. It's little things like this that help you build up the relationship that you have with yourself. Now that I've gone through all of the actionable steps, I want to take a moment for you to really connect with your inherent sense of worth. So close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and let it all out. Now I want you to think of something that you've been judging yourself for recently. Maybe it's something that you feel like you haven't done right. Maybe you feel like you should have done more. Anything that made you feel like you judged yourself, even if it was the tiniest bit. Now I want you to imagine holding that judgment in your hands. Hold all of that judgment, look at it, and think, I am enough even with this. Take another deep breath and feel that judgment start to shift. Allow yourself to let it go and remind yourself, I am enough exactly as I am. And feel the judgment releasing from your body. Whenever you feel like doubt is going to come and creep back in, come back to this moment and remind yourself that you are inherently worthy and you can release all of that judgment. Remind yourself that you are inherently worthy. You don't have to do or be anything to earn your worth. You can release that judgment and connect with it in the now. You are enough. You always have been, and the world needs you exactly as you are. That's why you're here. If this message resonated with you, let me know in the comments and share it with somebody who might need it today. And if you're ready to dive deeper into your self-love and self-growth journey, I've created a 25-day best self blueprint that takes you through the entire journey, everything you need to know to become the best version of yourself in only 25 days. It includes video lessons, meditations, guided journal prompts, workbooks, affirmation rampages, a private community, everything that you need. So thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up for yourself. I'm sending you so much love. If you want more self-improvement content from me, please subscribe and check out my socials. I'm on Instagram and TikTok. The links are in the description as always. And with all of that being said, I will see you in the next video. Mwah!